The internet is an angry place, isn't it? Everything nowadays is filled with vitriol and anger. Everything is. Hi, hey. This is going to be a response to that Jacksepticeye video that's recently come out. I watched it and I just have to talk about this exact thing. Yeah, this is a very baggy shirt, but I think that the internet has gotten more violent and more angry in recent years because it's profitable now to do that. It is profitable now to grift and spew hatred and vitriol and so on. That's why you always see these people out there that say one thing and then come and then say another, or follow the newest thing. You know that meme where people like are talking about progressives and progressive people, and they're like, I support the current thing. But then it's also the opposite, where it's these people are like, I hate the current thing. Like the AI robot taking a chip out, putting a new chip in because that's the new thing to hate. Yeah, that's because that's profitable now, especially with Twitter. And I don't want to be like, oh, it's all because of this or this platform or this platform. But when you have platforms like Twitter with Twitter Blue that engages more people onto your post because you are a subscriber to something in a format, and that means that more people see your stuff, that means that if you are hateful and you have very strong opinions, that by having Twitter Blue, more people will see your shit. And because of that, and because I don't want to say inherently people are violent or that humans are inherently an angry species, but we do have quite the temper. And that has been to our chagrin for thousands of years, but has also been to our benefit over the millennia. But now, because of the fact that it is so engaging for people to have strong emotions, and people are like, he's right, even if he's not factually right, I like his emotions, I think that he's correct. People follow that. People will go along with that. And because of that strong emotion, that then gets amplified through that, and then you get to see bots and so on start spewing the same thing. And because it got more engagement, people then engagement farm in that. People will make money off of that, even if they themselves don't actually agree with that. That's the whole thing with grifting, is that people might not actually agree with what the shit that they're saying, but because it's making them money, that they are fighting the people that do believe in that, you know, that sort of thing. Which leads me to another point, and that is, ever since the pandemic, because so many people could make money off of their opinion, and that's a good thing. I believe that you should be able to make money off of your opinion, seeing as how that's mainly my thing, but it also means that your creative outlets are more personable. You're not just regurgitating something or not putting yourself into it. But that leads to people saying stuff that's the opposite. They're not being themselves. They're not being genuine with themselves. They're not being genuine with you. They are not being genuine with you. And then you start getting people whining about all sorts of stuff, and it begins to drain on a lot of people. And clearly with Sean Jack, that's what's happened. And it's so devastating to see these veterans of the game being pushed away because of how much hate and vitriol there are. I made a video talking about how someone was being stupid by being so brash and vitriolic to people because it had to do with 40K. Now, luckily, I've done quite the, let's say, work into making sure that my comment section isn't bad. It isn't a piece of shit, by constantly blocking and removing people. But even then, many people still got around. I heard people say that I sounded like an American because I didn't know anything about ancient Rome, when guaranteed, neither do you. I bet you don't know a single goddamn thing. I bet you didn't read a single fucking book, and you just like it because it looks cool. Except, actually, I do read. I read a fucking lot. That's surprise. Unlike most people today, I do read. I read a lot. That's where most of my opinions come from, is because I try and inform myself on different types of shit. But anyway, it's so common that if you have a different opinion than somebody that isn't with the popular thing that is being hated on currently, as in if you don't hate, say, trans people or people of color or whatever, you are the one that is being told to be dumb. Because guess what? Despite what people think, how, like, progressive is actually, like, the majority, a lot of people are progressive. Most people think that they want the earth to be alive and they want to do good things. But here's the thing. So far in the current day and age, it is a normal default state to not want to give an inch and to step outside of mundanity. It is the default state to not change. That's why so many people that talk about wanting good things, or, wanting to free Palestine or so on and so forth, the moment they are told to do something, all those platitudes are gone. Because, especially here in America, people will say that they want good, but the moment you actually say, prove it, do something, all that goes out the window. Because they don't want to give up their comfortableness or their whatever you have, right? To ensure the protection of other people. They are worried about things like gay rights and so on. But the moment they say, why don't you go and protest? Why don't you go and vote no on that new bill or something like that? Or what's going on in Tennessee or Florida? That goes out the window. And then they become the exact people they see in the comments. Because that's just normal. It is normal to hate because you tell them that maybe they need to change something about themselves. They do not want to be confronted with the concept that potentially they are wrong. And then that's why you get so many people from all over the world suddenly being like, yeah, Black Lives Matter. What? Oh, I actually have to, do something? Oh, what the fuck? Shut the fuck up, huh? Piece of fucking shit. Fuck you. That's it. That's exactly what they do. That's just what happens. And then because that's just the kind of default state, as cynical as that is to say, you have that spread all over online. And that's not to say that humans are bad. I believe that inherently humans are good. It's just because of the current state of the world, it is more profitable to be bad. It is more profitable to be a piece of shit. Despite the fact that it just means that everyone that actually wants to do good has to work even harder. People like you or me that care about, say, trans people or the rights of women, or say Palestine not being bombed to other shit and being glassed, or so on and so forth. That's kind of just what we gotta do. It's kind of beautiful that even in spite of all of that, that we still do good, but at the same time, yeah, it's a dark place. All of Earth is currently in a bad spot, but we have so much potential to do good. That's why we need to stand up. We need to speak out against this stuff. No matter how uncomfortable it makes you, we have to try and be as good as possible. We don't have to be Boy Scouts or Girl Scouts or them Scouts. Scouts, I guess, but we can just try and do some good. We can just try and be good people. Even if it makes us uncomfortable, even if it pushes us outside of our comfort zone. It's people like Jack that, even in spite of that, still want to help, that keep the world moving. Because hatred is stagnation. Hatred is staying in the past, not moving forward. But trying to do good and kindness moves the world around. Even one person can shift that pool and make ripples that turn into tsunamis. At least that's what I believe. Thank you for watching. I know this was a bit of a short video, real rambly. But that's why the internet is mad. It's because it's profitable. And it's also because there's a lot of shit going on and people are starting to show their true colors. So, yeah. If you want to support me, I have a Patreon down below, as well as $2.99 a month. Other than that, thank you. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.